Here are 14 items you need to remove from your home immediately, as they may be negatively impacting your health without your awareness. Pay close attention. Did you know that 97% of people have at least one item in their home that could be detrimental to their well-being? Would you like to discover what these items are and learn how to avoid or replace them? Are you interested in exploring principles from both Lair and Buddhist philosophy that can help you create a more harmonious, joyful, and healthy environment? If you answered yes, then this video is just for you. In this video, I will uncover 14 items that could be affecting your well-being and energy without you even realizing it. Through an engaging narrative, I'll guide you on how to eliminate or substitute these items with more beneficial alternatives. Additionally, I'll share how to incorporate essential Buddhist concepts like detachment, compassion, and balance to enhance your quality of life and strengthen your connection to the universe. Stay with me and prepare to transform your home and your life with these practical and straightforward tips. Let's get started. But first, let me ask you a question. What do you think is the first thing you should do to create a healthier and more spiritual home? Is it to clean, organize, decorate, or meditate? The answer will surprise you, and I will give it to you in this video. So don't go away and keep watching this video until the end. I assure you, you won't regret it. In a village hidden among the mountains, there lived a wise old man named Samton. He had a simple house, but it radiated incredible tranquility, as if there was peace in the air. The people of the village were always impressed by the serenity of Samton's house, and many thought he lived such a long life because of the wisdom that seemed to emanate from every corner of his home. In that village there was an ancient Buddhist story that spoke of 13 elements that should not be in a house if someone wanted to live in peace and health. The story told that each of these objects had an energy that could disturb the soul's peace, and those who ignored these teachings did so at their own risk. Samton, who followed Buddhist principles with great respect, organized his home according to these rules. Every corner of his home had an atmosphere of calm and balance. However, his knowledge wasn't based only on beliefs. He had studied ancient texts and understood the connection between the mind and the environment in which we live. At the heart of the village lived a young family called the Kanjis. They were known for working hard in agriculture, but their house had several objects that didn't follow the ancient traditions. They didn't know it, but these objects represented hidden dangers. Samton always warned that some elements should not be in the home, and one of them was a broken mirror. It was said that such a mirror could cause disharmony in the soul and attract bad luck. The Kanjis had an old mirror in the hallway, passed down through generations, but it was full of fine cracks like a spider's web. One day, Akimi, the youngest daughter of the Kanjis, bumped into the mirror, creating another crack. She tried to hide what had happened, but the negative energy had already been released. From that day on, something strange changed in the Kanji's house. Samton's second warning was about noisy clocks. He said that the constant sound of time passing could disturb someone's tranquility. The Kanjis had an old pendulum clock in the living room that made a loud noise every hour. At first they didn't pay attention to the warning, but soon they began to notice that bad things started happening in their daily life. The third element Samton recommended avoiding at home was cacti. He explained that the sharp energy of the cacti could disturb the peace of the home. Plants in particular symbolize vitality and connection with nature. However, the presence of thorny plants introduces a symbolic complexity that can contradict the principles of harmony and compassion. The spines, by their sharp nature, evoke the idea of obstacles and conflicts. In Buddhist philosophy, the goal is to overcome barriers and find inner peace. In the Kanji's house, they had several cacti on the windowsill, thinking they beautified the home. But as the cacti grew, so did the family's arguments. Small disagreements turned into big disputes, and the peace that once existed in their home disappeared like a flower in the wind. Samton's fourth piece of advice was to avoid having animal statues in the house. especially those with eyes that seem to watch everything. He believed that the eyes of statues could take away positive energy from the home. In the context of Buddhist philosophy, the conscious choice of visual elements in our surroundings takes on special significance. Aggressive animal statues, like fierce predators, can introduce a discordant vibration into the home. In the Kanji's house, they had a pair of lion statues near the door, with eyes that seemed to follow anyone who entered. After some time, the family began to feel as if they were being watched all the time, which was very uncomfortable. Samton also warned against having mirrors facing the bed, as this could bring negative energies, especially at night. The Kanjis had a fairly large mirror facing their bed, but they were unaware of the danger. Over time, they started having nightmares and restless nights due to the bad experiences during sleep. Samton also spoke of the danger of having too many useless or broken items accumulated in the home. He believed that having too many material things could weigh on people's spirits. The Kanjis loved to collect antiques, and their house was full of old items. Over time, the house became so cluttered that it began to feel suffocating. The family felt trapped among so many memories and accumulated things. And now I ask you, the viewer, what objects are in your home that you don't use or that are broken? Do you keep them for some special reason, or have you just not decided to get rid of them yet? If you want to create a home centered on Buddhism, you should know that these objects can negatively impact your well-being and spiritual development. In the Buddhist path, simplicity and renunciation of the superfluous are valued as a means to free the mind from unnecessary attachments. The presence of useless or broken objects in the home can hinder this process of detachment and create an environment that does not favor mental clarity or inner peace. Broken items can represent not only material decay, but also a resistance to letting go of what no longer serves a purpose. In Buddhist philosophy, acceptance of impermanence is key, and clinging to damaged objects can symbolize an unconscious resistance to this fundamental principle. Buddhism teaches us that everything changes and that nothing remains the same, and we must adapt to changes with equanimity and wisdom. By keeping broken objects in our home, we are denying this reality and generating an unhealthy attachment to what no longer exists. It is suggested to get rid of items that are no longer useful or that are beyond repair. In doing so, we create a more organized space free of unnecessary burdens, allowing energy to flow more harmoniously. This practice of material detachment aligns with the very essence of Buddhist philosophy, fostering the release of attachments to achieve greater peace and clarity. Moreover, by getting rid of useless or broken objects, we can seize the opportunity to practice generosity and compassion, two fundamental virtues in Buddhism. We can donate or give away those items that may still serve someone else, or recycle them responsibly to care for the environment. In this way, we are transforming an act of detachment into an act of kindness, benefiting both ourselves and others. This practice reflects the commitment to create a space that is not only visually harmonious, but also consistent with the fundamental principles of Buddhist philosophy. In this way, our home becomes a place of peace, joy, and harmony where we can cultivate our mind and heart. Additionally, Samton warned against having violent or frightening images on the walls, as he believed these images could negatively affect people's minds. The art we choose to decorate our home can have a profound impact on our psyche. In this context, violent or disturbing art can interfere with the pursuit of inner peace and harmony. Graphic representations of violence, suffering, or chaos can trigger intense emotional responses that contradict the calm and balance sought in Buddhist practice. Constant exposure to these images can create a negative emotional burden, making it difficult to concentrate during meditation and contemplation. Instead of opting for art that generates disturbance, it is suggested to choose works that inspire serenity and reflection. Paintings that capture the beauty of nature, compassion among living beings, or the spiritual quest can contribute to creating an environment that is visually harmonious and aligned with Buddhist principles. By carefully selecting the art that adorns our spaces, we are making conscious decisions to nurture an environment conducive to spiritual growth. The Kanjis had an old painting depicting a samurai battle in their living room. Upon looking at that painting every day, the family began to notice that they were becoming more aggressive. Arguments became more common, and the peace that once existed in their home disappeared. Samton's 9th piece of advice was to avoid very bright lights in the house, as he believed this could disrupt the natural energy of the environment. Lighting is an essential element in creating a space conducive to inner peace and spiritual connection. Light influences our perception, mood, and energy, making it important to choose the right lighting for each moment and activity. When we seek to relax and meditate, intense lighting can be counterproductive as it creates an overly stimulating and active atmosphere that hinders calm and concentration. Buddhist philosophy, which values tranquility and mental clarity, teaches us to avoid excessive lighting that can disturb the balance between body and mind. Instead, it is recommended to opt for soft, warm lights that create a cozy and relaxing environment that invites introspection and contemplation. Dim lighting favors calm and facilitates concentration in meditation and breathing. Additionally, colored lights can help harmonize the chakras and balance vital energy. Adjusting the lighting in the home not only affects aesthetics but also influences the mood and energy of the space. This practice reflects the importance of creating an environment that supports inner peace and spiritual serenity, allowing us to connect with our essence and with the universe. Unknowingly, the Kanjis used a lot of excessive lighting throughout the house. With so many bright lights, the tranquil atmosphere they once had was replaced by a more artificial feeling. The last warning from Samton, a wise man knowledgeable about the energies of the environment, was about the presence of turbulent water sources inside the house. He explained that the constant sound of running water, while it may seem relaxing, can lead to adverse effects like anxiety and emotional imbalance. The Kanjis, a family that valued harmony and well-being, had installed a fountain with waterfalls in their living room, drawn by the beauty and seemingly calming sound of the water. However, they were unaware of the potential negative effects this could bring. As the water flowed incessantly, the tranquility that once permeated the house began to disappear. The constant monotonous sound of the water hitting the stones and flowing became a constant presence, invading moments of stillness and rest. The Kanji family, which had once found peace and serenity in their home, began to notice an increase in anxiety levels. Moments of calm and relaxation became increasingly rare, replaced by a sense of unease and discomfort. The effect of the water fountain on the family's psyche was subtle yet powerful. The sound of running water, which initially was just background noise, began to infiltrate their thoughts and moments of silence, even affecting the quality of their sleep. Even when they tried to rest or focus on other activities, the sound seemed to resonate in their minds, creating a continuous cycle of distraction and unease. Samton's warning highlighted the importance of being attentive to all details of the home environment and how seemingly harmless elements can have a profound impact on a family's emotional and mental well-being. If you've made it this far, please comment below if you have any of these elements we've discussed so far. Samton's 11th warning emphasized the importance of incorporating plants into the home environment. He advocated that plants are not just decorative elements, but bring with them positive energy and vitality, which are essential for a welcoming and revitalizing atmosphere. Moreover, Samton believed that plants helped purify the air, contributing to a healthier and more pleasant space. The Kanjis, always busy and with little free time, were concerned about the maintenance and care needed to keep plants healthy. Due to this concern, they opted not to have plants at home. However, over time, they began to feel the absence of that revitalizing energy that plants could offer. Their house, once full of life and joy, began to seem more dull and devoid of vitality. The lack of plants made the energy of the environment feel stagnant and lifeless. The Kanji's home was losing that sense of connection with nature, an essential element for human well-being. The absence of greenery influenced not only the aesthetics of the environment, but also the mood and energy of the residents. The house that was once a refuge of tranquility and renewal now seemed more like a closed and lifeless space. Samton insisted that plants are a source of positive energy, and that having them in a home environment can bring various benefits, such as improving air quality, reducing stress, and promoting an overall sense of well-being. Moreover, caring for plants can be a relaxing and rewarding activity, providing a moment of connection with nature and a pause in the hectic routine. Noticing the difference that the presence of plants could make, the Kanjis began to reconsider their decision not to have greenery in the house. They understood that even with a busy life, they could choose low-maintenance plant species that did not require constant care, but could still provide the benefits and positive energy that Samton emphasized. Gradually, they began to introduce plants into their home, noticing a positive transformation in the atmosphere of the house and in their own mood. The 12th element that Samton advised avoiding was old and worn furniture, as he believed they could carry past energies and negative experiences. Samton also emphasized cluttered furniture, and now I ask you, what furniture is in your home? Is it arranged in an orderly and functional manner, or in a chaotic and obstructive way? If you want to create a home centered on Buddhism, you should know that these details can impact your mood and spiritual development. In Buddhist philosophy, the connection between external order and mental clarity is fundamental. Cluttered furniture not only affects the aesthetics of the home, but can also influence energy and inner peace. Disorder reflects a lack of harmony and can obstruct the practice of mindfulness. The accumulation of objects without a clear purpose can generate feelings of overwhelm and distraction. In Buddhist philosophy, simplicity is valued. By keeping cluttered furniture in our homes, we are creating an environment that does not favor concentration or serenity. In contrast, maintaining organized and simplified furniture facilitates the circulation of positive energy, promoting an atmosphere conducive to meditation and reflection. Buddhism teaches us that we must be present in every moment, observing our mind and emotions with equanimity and compassion. By organizing the furniture in our homes, we are creating a space that helps us be more attentive and aware. The Kanjis had several old and cluttered pieces of furniture in their home, inherited from previous generations, but they did not know that these could affect their present. The Kanji house, with its accumulation of objects and lack of organization, became a chaotic and stressful place. The 13th thing you should eliminate is excessive electronic devices. What electronic devices are in your home? Do you use them often, or do you have them piled up without using them? Do they help improve your quality of life, or do they generate stress and anxiety? If you want to create a home, these devices can have a negative impact on your well-being and spiritual development. In the pursuit of inner peace and spiritual connection, the environment in which we live plays a fundamental role. The excessive presence of electronic devices in the home can create distractions and disturb the harmony necessary for spiritual practice. Electronic devices, with their constant buzzing and notifications, can fill the space with a restless and scattered energy. Simplicity and mindfulness are essential, and an overabundance of technology can make it difficult to concentrate and connect with the present moment. Buddhism teaches us that we must be present in every moment, observing our mind and emotions with equanimity and compassion. By being constantly connected to electronic devices, we lose the opportunity to connect with ourselves and our surroundings. Therefore, it is suggested to reduce the use and quantity of electronic devices in the home and reserve a space and time for spiritual practice without interruptions or distractions. By doing so, a quieter and more harmonious space is created, conducive to meditation and reflection. This practice of technological detachment aligns with the very essence of Buddhist philosophy, promoting the release of attachments to achieve greater peace and clarity. Furthermore, by reducing the use and quantity of electronic devices, we can seize the opportunity to practice generosity and compassion, two fundamental virtues in Buddhism. We can donate or give away those devices we no longer need or use, or recycle them responsibly to care for the environment. In this way, we are transforming an act of detachment into an act of kindness, benefiting both ourselves and others. Finally, Master Samten recommended eliminating dominant dark colours. Colours are a form of expression and communication and have a direct effect on our mood and energy. In Buddhist philosophy, colours not only represent aspects of reality, but also symbolize values and spiritual qualities. Therefore, the choice of colours in home decoration can have a significant impact on our spiritual practice and our connection to the universe. Dominant dark colours can create a heavy, oppressive and negative atmosphere that absorbs light and hinders mental clarity and spiritual serenity. These colours can generate feelings of sadness, depression, anxiety or fear, which are obstacles to the development of compassion and wisdom. Additionally, dark colours can attract negative energies and block the flow of positive energy in the space. In Buddhist philosophy, the connection with nature and harmony with the environment is valued, which is why it is recommended to opt for lighter and softer colours inspired by nature that create a lighter and more balanced atmosphere. Light colours can convey feelings of peace, joy, hope or love, which are fundamental for cultivating happiness and enlightenment. Furthermore, light colours can reflect light and favour the flow of positive energy in the space. Some examples of light and soft colours that can be used in home decoration are white, which represents purity, innocence and truth. White is the colour of light and illumination, symbolising the absence of attachment and ignorance. It can create a clean and bright atmosphere that favours concentration and meditation. Beige represents simplicity, humility and naturalness. It is the colour of the earth and wood, symbolising connection to nature and stability. It can create a warm and welcoming environment that promotes relaxation and balance. Soft green represents life, hope and harmony. It is the colour of plants and vegetation, symbolising growth, health and prosperity. It can create a fresh and tranquil atmosphere that promotes calm and healing. Over time, the Kanjis began to realise that following these ancient Buddhist teachings imparted by Samten had a significant impact on their lives. They started to make changes in their home, eliminating the objects and elements that Samten considered negative for their mental and spiritual health. They replaced the broken mirror with a new one, removed the noisy fountain, and moved the lion statues to the garden. They worked together to restore tranquility to their home, and as they made these changes, the Kanji house transformed. The heavy atmosphere disappeared, and a sense of calm took over. The arguments diminished, and joy returned to their daily lives. The townspeople were delighted to see how the Kanji family's life improved, bidding farewell to the family with kind smiles, thanking Samten for his wisdom. The Kanji family continued to live peacefully, always remembering the lessons they learned. Their house, which had previously struggled due to the 12 things Samten advised avoiding, became a place filled with peace and health. They understood well the connection between the environment they lived in and their spiritual well-being. Thus concludes the story of the Kanjis and the wisdom shared by Samten to improve quality of life through harmony with the environment. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Thank you for following the story. Until next time, dear friends.